Test one, two. Just making sure. I done started the video without getting my mic right, but y'all see the title of this video, right? I think it went through. So I did a video on Twitter, and it was talking about Facebook, and it was basically like, oh man, buy Facebook. Facebook's move could be huge, and I still think it can. But after that video, I cycled through the fangs. First of all, let's go ahead and go through this. I like talking about this real quick because it's Thursday, man. It's the last day of the week trading, July 2nd, 12:34. I always like to point when I'm the video. So you see the Dow's up 230, S&P up 29, NASDAQ up 111. Crazy day. Tesla, oh my God. VIX down 6%. That's good. That's good if you're bullish. The Dow was up 400, so it gave a lot of it back. So I want to talk about Google stock. Let me get up my thing here, and I'm going a little slow. I want to make sure I'm live. I don't want to get through the whole thing, and I'm not. So if you guys can comment, kind of let me know quicker. So I'm waiting for the screen to draw, and it kind of tells me if I'm live or not. There it is. Who's that? Okay, hoops. I do got somebody in here. Now I gotta find the comments because I done lost them. All right. You say, Mary, what's up, man? Mary, it's been a while. Where you been? Okay, what up? You said, what's your jobs report feedback? Man, I heard it, but I totally didn't pay attention to it because I don't even think the market's trading on it anymore. Every job report that came out, and they all been negative. I mean, if there's millions of people not working, why the market's going up? So I don't know. I was listening, but I wasn't listening. So if that makes any sense. And I was just kind of looking at the markets up 400 points. And when the job report came out, I saw the futures pop. So I was like, oh, I guess it's good. I guess they like it. That's how I kind of traded it. I looked up here's the ES. Let's pull up the minute because I had the futures screen up. And there it is. That's when the jobs report came out right there, 8:30. So I was just like, they like it. And that's all. That was my work into the jobs report. And I noticed that when the market opened, we came down. I'm just now noticing this, that we came down below that point. I think that point right there is key. But we traded. We're above it now. So that's key too. So yeah, so that's how I kind of treated that. You said I agree. I don't think this market. Yeah, so you know what, Mary? I don't know what it's riding on. I really don't know. I think it's the Fed, of course, and I guess they're not going to let the market go down until the election. That's what I'm thinking. So I guess that's what it's riding on. Hey, babes, how you doing? I don't know if I said hi already, but I want to make sure I give you your love. You do love. I want to talk about Google. Well, I did a quick video on Facebook and Twitter. It was quick. It's a little Twitter thing. But Google is where it's at. Well, I like them both, but I like Google more. And should I talk about the video? Yeah, Nah, that'll be boring. Will it be boring? Yeah. I was going to bring up the actual video. Let me see. Forget all that. I ain't going to. All right, so let's just talk about what I said. Because I'm like, dang, I could take a break and just play the video. But it's on my Twitter, Dre Trades, and I was talking about, this is a weekly chart of Facebook. Let me get rid of all the drawing sets. And what makes it important is that when I saw Facebook opening up at 240, 241, I was like, man, all this got to do is open up 5 points. And if we can close the week above that high, this bar right here will officially be an outside bar, an outside weekly bar. That means all the trading activity before that, well, especially the week prior, would be inside that bar. Well, this line would be wrong, right? It would have to trade up to here. So I was like, if it can do that, this is huge. This is super, super bullish. And I was like getting excited. But when the market opened up, Facebook started selling off. So I was like, well, I guess it's not going to happen. But then again, I was kind of like, Well, this is really 4-day trading week. You know, these bars are 5 days, so maybe we got to give it the benefit of the doubt. If it doesn't quite do it, maybe it's still going to work. You know, I don't know. So I talked about that. So anyway, after the video, which I should have did this before the video, I was pulling up the FANG stocks, right? And Netflix. Gosh, Netflix kind of got it. I always think, you know, it's the stem. Netflix. What's the other one? I don't even know. Apple. Just the weekly. Let's just go to Google, the one I want to talk about. And Google's actually doing it. Okay, so Facebook failed at it, but Google's actually doing it. And if it can close above there, look at that, right? And below there, that means this bar encompassed not only this bar, not only this bar, not only this bar, not only this bar, not only this bar. Let me get a little closer. Not only this bar. Well, yeah, that bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 weeks. In 1 week, it took the whole range out. Anyway, this is a bullish pattern, especially in the weeks. All right, so it's bullish in the day, and if you're looking at the daily charts. It's really bullish in the weekly. It's super bullish in the monthly. And if you could get a yearly chart, matter of fact, when we started ripping, we had an outside year, I think, when Trump became president. And sure enough, it was, you know, remember he became president, we ripped a good 15, 20%, whatever it was. So it worked. It's kind of like that momentum. So I went long here. Yeah, I'm long. And it's funny, I was listening to CNBC halftime report, and then they started pumping the stock. I'm like, oh man, you know, I didn't get it out first. I didn't get it out first. So they like it as well, you know, but I'm already long and I like it. Yeah, that's my play. It was Facebook. It still is Facebook. I mean, Facebook, you know, is the target. I can't wait till earnings come out so we could see what's going to happen. You see, Facebook's going to fall short. Unless this thing it's starting to rally now. Unless this thing can rally another 10 points before we close the market, then that will be as good as well. But I think Google's actually going to do it, right? So that's called the outside bar. So, oh shoot, hold on, y'all. I forgot to do something here. Give me a minute. Why is my internet? There we go. Is that right now? Yeah. No. Yeah, that looks good. Now retweet. Whoops. You already said that. No, I didn't. Discard. All right, where's the new tweet? Sorry, I'm kind of working on my Twitter here, getting this out. I like to kind of keep it going, but you know, it can't be a one-man show. Where's the? All right, let's delete this one. Oh shoot! I deleted the whole thing. I'm trying to delete this, retweet this broadcast, but Periscope. So yeah, hold on, y'all. Don't leave me. I promise I got some good things to talk about. Oh man, shoot. Almost done here. So yeah, hold on, y'all. Don't leave. Look at that. There it is. Oh man. Shoot. Good enough. All right. Let's get rid of that. Okay. All right. So I'm back. What was I talking about? I said I had good things to talk about. No, I don't. I lied. No, anyway, but I really liked. Oh, that's what I was gonna pull up, and that's what made me get distracted. So I want to pull up, and I'm gonna bring this on the screen. Outside bar. We'll look at some websites, see what they're talking about. See, I got them all. I was trying to find some for the video, and you know, is that one? Nah. I had one for the video. And you can see that's what it's like, right? It covers the inside bar, but you can see when you get one like this, right? Look what happens. See, right, like that. Here, it also works on the downside as well. If that was bearish, it would be like that, right? But we're expecting it bullish up. And this is just one day, and this is the dailies. Can you imagine, like I'm saying, it was a weekly bar that we was looking at, right? Look at that. See, it looks like that, right? And you get, see, here's one, right? And then look what happens. Okay. And there you go. So that's basically what I'm guessing. That's what I'm playing. Okay. So you can't say I didn't share. People charge you for that stuff on sites. Man, I'm giving it to you. There it is. Anyway, that's you don't see that. You know, if I could pull this back, let's pull up why is my chart? You know, tell me what, you don't really see that. You know, so, and it's good. Here's one. Look at that. Right there. Bearish, right? And then look what happened. See that? That was, and this is the weekly. So that was, let me see, from this high to that low, 20% decline. We could do that from the low, right, where it closed, to that low. That's 13%. So these are the kind of moves you get. Here's one right here. This one did not take. Well, it kind of took, but it came back down, right? No, that didn't take. No, that's not one. This is an inside. I forget what. Anyway, I like it. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Let's talk about some of the things I did. Now, I bought some Google. I did not buy it in this account. I bought it on my other accounts. Tesla. You know, we got to talk about Tesla. You can see where I'm up for the day. It's just been a crazy week. This account, when the bell rang, it was up 2,000 and change. And I was like, oh, and it actually went below 0. I was so like, oh my God. What'd you do? I was frozen in lights. Do I sell? Buy? Sell? Anyway, I was focused on the wrong things. I had some positions that I needed to take off, and I didn't sell into it. And some short-term Facebooks, and I should have just did. I kind of messed up. You know, I'm just like, I just didn't understand it. I really didn't. I didn't understand the pop. I know it sounds weird. I just didn't understand it. So I put some carrier on. I was focused on putting some carrier. I talked about that in my other video. Yesterday's video, because I like the environment that we're going into with them. I like the chart. That's the weekly. So I put some long terms. Right? We're kind of flagging here on the daily. Let's pull up. No, I think that's the weekly. Can't pull up the monthly. It won't be right. So I sold some. I did a bunch of things on that. I sold the 23 calls. I had 22 calls, 15 days. I wound up selling the 23s for 90 cents. I think that was a great buy. And then I sold the 22, 21. Did I do this yesterday? I sold some puts 50 days out. Can't remember if I did that today or yesterday. Looks like filled. I ain't going through that list. And then I bought some. This is the real trade. I bought some long-term calls in December, right? So 22 to 30. Right, so I'm basically 22 and a half to 30. I'm playing any upside for the most part until December, and then that's it. I'm done with that trade. What would that get me? Especially the longs. Let's look up there. Yeah, look at my break even. It's 24.90. So if it can go way out to here, let's pull this out to December. Yeah, if it go out, it'll make $1,500 position profit, or I could lose 726. And then here, I hope you guys understand this. I'm kind of going fast. I sold those puts. This is that. I could make 240 if it stays above $21.60. I'm breaking even. But if it could stay above 22, I'm gonna make 240, and then I could lose 360. And then the short, the 15-day ones, I need that to stay above 23, and I can make 130 or lose 70. So is that, yeah, or lose 70. So it's a kind of confusing position. I like it because it's under the radar. It's not like Google, Tesla, Facebook. Let me tell you something. You in those trades. Hey, Cashmatic, what's up, man? You're in those trades. You're going to, it's going to be volatile. They talking about it every day on the news, radio, paper, everything. So I like this one. Nobody's going to be talking about carrier. Okay, so that's why I'm in it. And I like the chart. You know, I like everything. I like everything here. Let's see if that environment with this whole, if it catches on with these places starting to upgrade their air conditioning units and stuff like that. Boeing, I sold some more puts on my other portfolios, and I was disappointed, I guess, in the whole aviation kind of area. I like it, but we jumped up. Look at it. We was up 187 and it just sold all the way off. You know, and I was like all the way down to. Anyway, I sold puts here, right at, you know, I'm like, oh man, it's got no momentum. It can't hold. They selling way above. They selling higher. You know, it's like you can't hold none of that. You know, so I was so happy because I sold puts before, you know, and I was like, all right, you know, they're going to close out maybe next week. It's up to 187 in the pre-market, and then it went right back down to 180. So I'm like, oh man. So then I started looking at Delta. Well, it's turning around, and all the airlines. American is just weak, man. Mr. JRH, if you're watching, your trade is working out. LUV, come on. Not BV. Southwest, nice, up 216. So I'm liking. So basically, I like the space for a trade. So I pulled up Jets. And it's just weak. You know, look at how they gapped up, down, up. It sells like this, like serious selling going on. This resistance right here is strong. So I'm like, maybe I should just wait until it gets above there. And that's what I think I'm gonna do. Although I just pulled up that, gosh, Southwest, and that's looking pretty nice. It's looking like a leader. You know, so but, you know, same here, up here. I think we needed to close. Maybe this one, since it's a little stronger, maybe if you can close above today's high, you know, and we'll give it, you know, not today, but maybe tomorrow or, you know, next trading day. But you can see, look at these wicks. You could just see the selling, you know, when it reaches up in that territory. So I'm trying to find the actual resistance. Well, we know it sells up there. It's kind of this whole area, 35 to 35.50, 35.25. The best thing to do with that is just to basically box it. Here it is. That's where the selling is happening. It's happening in there. So, but it's holding the support, and so therefore I like it to sell puts under this area, and that's what I was trying to do. I was looking at all the airlines though, but Love is looking pretty strong. I like the way this one looks better than the rest of them. You said, Mr. Jar, yeah, you still in it waiting for the roadside service blow. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. Well, at least you can look at the markets. Hopefully you're in a safe spot, and hopefully you're in a safe spot for when the guy comes. You know, he doesn't get run over. That's what I always hate. When they working on my truck. If that, you know, when I was out there, I would be back and, like, you know, kind of just flagging cars away, you know, get my triangles way out. And if it's nighttime, I've got my little flashlight just trying to help out. Because they might not have the truck with all that shit on it, with all the lights. Especially if it's a lane, like the roadside tires, you know. I think that's a dangerous ass job, man, when they come fix those trucks. Oh, good, you're on the ramp. Cool deal. So, I was talking about buying Google, how you know, if you missed it, how strong it is. So, What else did I do? Diamonds. I bought more diamonds. I sold more puts on the diamonds on the other account. It's been going sideways. I hate the fact that we sold off, but I still like the uptrend. I just think there's something here. I think we're going to resolve higher. And I'm down here with the puts. So I was really excited about today in the opening. But when that sell-off, I wasn't excited. Made me started questioning, are we going to go higher? They sold this shit off quick. I was thinking maybe because of the 3-day weekend coming up, because come Monday, we're going to talk about how many people sick and all that stuff. And everybody's going to start counting their numbers. But to tell you the truth, I don't know if the market cares about that. I just don't know what it cares about. It's just wanting to go up. And it was up so big today. This is what I was talking about yesterday. I don't have any shorts on. I thought about putting one on today, but I'm just afraid. I don't want to get my face ripped off because I've been getting it ripped off. It's been a losing trade for me every single time. Every time for the most part. I might got lucky or two. But so I'm like, nah, man, I'm just going to watch my positions and try to be in some good solid stocks and whatever. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Like I said, Facebook, I'm down 591. It was down. It was up huge today. And but I'm not. You're probably like, hey man, how come you ain't selling today? You're selling your positions. Why? Because there are leaps here. I did sell this though. I was short to 225, 215. I sold that. And look, I sold it for a loss even. I wasn't paying attention. But it was overall a gain, but a loss for today. These are leaps, right? So they expire in 806 days, 715 days. And they all over a year. This one's almost 2 years. No, I'm going to hold on to those for a while. And they're going to be volatile, But they kicked my ass when Facebook went down to 209. But I bought more. I'll probably get out if Facebook gives, if it goes like down below 2, I want to bail. Let's put it this way. If we have another, I might bail, So I'm looking at Dow. I don't know where I'm going to bail yet, though. Maybe 225. I might bail. Or I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't. I don't like the fact how I'm looking at the daily. See how just don't start to roll over like that. Right? It was going up and, the lines are crossing, the moving averages. Don't do one of these numbers. So let's keep that lifted. All right, so Nikola can't get out the position. You'll know that. It's going to wind up being a $45 loss. And then Tesla. Oh, yeah. Gosh, did I save the best for last on purpose or did it just work out that way? Man, what could I say? I've been talking about this forever. That day I got burnt. This was the move I was looking for. I was so heavy in Tesla because I was waiting for this move that we just had this week. And it's happening now. So I am making money off of it. Look at that. It's the weekly. By the way, it's still not too late. Yeah, that's right. It's just breaking out, This is the move I was waiting for. I'm still making money off of it, but not the killing I was set up before. I guess that was a lesson learned. So I'm just kind of nibbling, picking up the crumbs. I was watching this really like, is it going to give it? Is it going to give this up? Because they came out with the car earnings. I actually sold some positions last night in the close yesterday because I was worried if they didn't come out with their numbers that it was going to get crushed. Just like it was good numbers and it went up strong. So I missed some of the gains. I was in some. So here I'm up 703 for the day, and you see right here, this position I closed, it was up 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about $800 right there. Yeah, I guess that was most of the gains. And then here, I put that on today. So I'm down 10. What is that? About $15. And I sold the 1,110 and bought the 1070. Let's see what that is. right? 1,100. So I'm down here. I'm just, it's close enough. And hopefully it could stay up there for a little bit. I was worried about it filling this gap, but I don't think so. I don't think it's going to do it. It might go sideways. See, notice how it's been going up, sideways, up, sideways, up. I'm thinking we're going to get another one of them sideways moves. So that's what I think is going to happen. Man, who we got? Rocket, you just arrived. You said you're an AMD and it's not cooperating. Oh, it might be, sometimes it's, damn, it's down. Ugh. Don't you hate when the market's up? The Dow's up 250. Where's the Qs? The Qs is up. The VIX is down. The Qs is up 1.18. And your stock is down. Sometimes that's a sign, by the way. Okay? You got to be like, Remember I was saying I was even saying this was looking weaker, right? The 3 knocks on the bottom. It's kind of hanging out below on the, so just be careful. It's still in the range though, so let me see what the SMH is doing. SMH is up 1.87. To me, that tells you everything you need to know. It's really weak, okay? It needs to be doing what this is kind of doing. So NVIDIA is up. Oh man, that's the move I was waiting for last week. So yeah, your stock is not participating. Could be a rotation. People could be bailing on AMD to go into those other stocks. I don't know, but it's looking weak. I'll tell you what, if it gets out of this area, it's gonna start moving fast. It's gonna be a big move. If you get out, remember you can always get out and get back in. Just, a lot of times I forget that. Just because you get out doesn't mean like, oh, I'm out. You can just get back in. Google 2000. Yeah, I'm feeling it, man. Reason why I don't trade Google a lot is because there is no liquidity in them damn options, man. We could pick one. Let's pick this one, right? 15 days out, even though I don't think I would trade it. Look at the calls. It's 27.60 to 28.80. That's $1.10 spread. This one is actually not that bad. 23.10 to 4. That's $1.40 right there spread. But that's the monthly option. That's the one a lot of people will be in. I was trading this one. I think this is the one that has earnings. And how do I know that? Just by looking right here. This is the implied volatility to the right. And you can see 19, 25, 26, 29. All of a sudden it jumps to 34. Why all of a sudden did it jump like that? Because that's the one with earnings without looking. So if you come here, see, the volume kind of sucks. Look, 51.20 to 54.30 at the money. What is that, $3? $3.10 spread? It's just hard. I mean, you want to go out the money? 32.60 to 36.10. Was it $4? $3.50, 60 cents? So it's terrible. It's terrible. Can't do nothing in here. This is why there's no volume. Look at it. So generally when it's like that, you have to you can't use the weeklies. You got to go to these, the ones that expire every month, the original, the OGs in the options. And here's the one that's 50 days out. So a little better, 64 to 66, 64.80, 65.80. So this is about $1.40. Here's 61.40 to 65.20. That's that's $3 and change. Somebody's trying to get out of this one. That's why it's close like that. 64.80. Now it's $2. No, still somebody's trying to get out. 68.60 or buy in. One of the two. They're closing it up. It's 58.70 to 62. It's $3 and change. So yeah, the options just suck, But I got in. I bit the bullet because I trade options. I can't buy. I don't want to buy one share at 14.78 or I need some oomph. We know it's gonna go up, so I need some leverage on that. Or I'm really liking it, and it's all about that outside week right there. I showed you what it can do. As long as it closes above 14.75, the trade is in play. All right, so we have 1478. Earnings right around the corner. By the way, I think this thing is gonna blow out earnings. I might even just stay in it. I had great profits. I might just, you know what? I'm gonna take the loss if it doesn't do it. I'm gonna be in it. So I'm thinking like that. I'm gonna use the profits and just take the loss, and probably go long into earnings, because all the stocks, you know, the COVID stocks, they all went up, right? You know, all that, the home play. But Google's got at home stuff. You know, they got cloud, they got the Google Suite, you know, they got, you know, the Gmail and the YouTube. You know, YouTube, it has increased. They told us that in the last quarter. They're kind of, you know, they have targeting with their ads. It's not as good as Facebook, but they got targeting. They know who's doing what and who likes what. So yeah, I think this is gonna surprise everyone. I think it's gonna be that stock. Everybody's hitting Amazon. Everybody's hitting, you know, all the others, all the others. But they forgot this one, and I think that's what this bar is telling us even. So this really has the potential with this bar. I can't remember what that pattern shows the average. I think, look at this, cup and handle, everything's perfect. Volume goes low on the handle. It just really has potential. It really does. So 2, 3, I don't know how many hundreds of points. What is the options? Let's look at what the options are saying. And one way to do it is we can look at this number right here. Thinkorswim gives it to you. Say it's going to move 116 points. But I think it's been beating it. And that's between now and the time it reports. What you could do is you go to the straddle and it is the straddle. Strangle. I always get them confused. I think it's the straddle. Anyway, you go to the at the money option and you add the call side and you add the put side, and it's about, there it is, about 50, yeah, about 100, I'm sure about 118, 119. So they make it simple. 116.94. That's what the options are predicting the move for the stock, but that's from now until then. So that's going to bring us up to 50, let's say it's bullish and it goes up 1580, somewhere right there. But I think it could be higher than that, because it lately this thing has been really explosive on the earnings. Look at the last one. They didn't. It says they estimated showing the actual, but I know it popped. So I don't know what happened. See right here, look at the estimated 10,966, actual 987. So the bottom line, you know, maybe something, the top line was awesome. They must have had some spending or took a charge off or something. But look at that jump. So we went from, it closed here at, what is it closed? 1232, and then it opened at 1344. 1344. What did I say? And it closed at 1232. So that was up 112 points on that one. So here looks like it dropped. But anyway, so that's what I'm predicting. That I'm predicting a big move, man. That is a huge pattern. I love that pattern. I love it, especially on the weeklies, really especially on the monthlies. So one of my favorite. Oh man, let's you want to look at. Oh look, you're just throwing all the tickets, man. Stadia. I don't know what Stadia is. Calico, Verily. I don't know what you. Oh, you're throwing everything that Google's got going on, man. Hell yeah. So I think it's the forgot about stock, and we know how these stocks has been going straight up. They forgot to run Google straight up. They got so excited. So imagine just go straight up just like the rest of them, yeah, right? So I'm looking into Google's my new play, and I still gonna be in Facebook. I got those calls, but and I think it's just Facebook is gonna take a little bit to get over what's going on. And earnings might do that. They're gonna say, "Holy shit, they making all that damn money. They don't need, they don't need them." So earnings might do that as well. But I'm liking Google. I'm liking Google. All right, so you said Android, Google Nest, Google Fiber, Jigsaw, DeepMind. Man, hey, your Google. You should be owning it. I got it in the other portfolios. If I don't have it here, I didn't have the buying power that I wanted, So I had it on the other portfolios. I'm kind of a little too deep up in these, so that's why I don't really have it in here. But as soon as this Tesla, if I can close this Tesla out for a profit, I thought about closing it out now and just going with the Google. But I'm going to hold on to this. If this starts to act up, I'm out and I'm going into Google. So that's my plan here. This is holding up a lot of buying power. Oh, man. So so I'm putting that word out. I got it on Twitter. I talked about Twitter. I talked about Facebook, but Facebook, it didn't happen. It looked good in pre-market to do it. And I was like, can Facebook challenge the high? Can it really open up, this week after all of that? No, it didn't. I should have bought some puts in it. But, every time I buy puts, it's a losing trade for me. But I knew it. I was like, there's no way it could hold. Where's the day? Let me pull up the minute. And you can see it opened up at 240 and it's straight down to 234. I mean, if I was thinking like that, if I'm thinking like, oh man, I would have been all over that trade as far as puts. But my mind is not geared to think like that for some reason. But I knew though it wouldn't hold. But I thought it was going to hold because I'm like, are you really going to gap up like that? So I thought it was going to actually make a play towards the highs, really? But no, I was like, yeah, it was almost unbelievable. But I don't know, it could turn around going towards earnings still. But it ain't happening today. But definitely some resistance up there. So anyway, that's it. You can't say, Rocket. Oh, I was supposed to look at Workhorse, man. I'm sorry. Isn't that stock? Because I'm sure it's just straight up, isn't it? What the hell is it? WKHS. WKHS. Oh, look at that. I'm just looking at it going down. It's up 7%. This thing just doesn't stop. I would say that looks toppy, but I don't know. I mean, this is the 4-hour chart, and it's a straight reversal pattern, right? This is actually called something. I don't know, a shooting star, a hanging man. So one of those terminologies with this candlestick right here. So, but both terminologies are bearish. So just keep that in mind. And it just needs to come in. This is just like Facebook. When it opened up here, when it reached 22, it's almost like, all right, enough is enough. Look how far away from it is from the average. Sometimes I just look like this, that distance. Like, wow, you're going to pull away like that? It's unsustainable. That's the word I'm looking. It's unsustainable. So if you made profits in it, you got to take your money and run. Just kind of look at it. Let's say you took your money and run at 17, right here when it was consolidate. And by the way, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for another one of these consolidations. And right, it runs up to 22. You're like, oh man, I could have been in it. And I know the feeling because that's me. But you got to look at the money that you did make. So, but it'll come back in. Probably come back right into this range, Yeah, you know what? This just reminds me, we talking about Google. I'm actually talking about going straight up. Facebook. It's really 1999-ish, man. It's 1999-ish. I don't know. Maybe the Trump, when he loses, that's the end. I don't know what the trigger is, but it's 1999-ish, and then we entered bear market for 2 years. So everything was great. Yahoo and all of them was going up 10, 15 points a day. Everything was straight up. Yahoo, Google, I think Amazon, pets.com, whatever.com, you name it. 50 points a day, 100. It was crazy. And it's real similar to that right now. At least back then, everybody was working. We don't even got people working now. So it's weird. Just keep that in mind, man. That's what bothers me. There's no way none of this stuff is sustainable. It's all fake. I don't care, we could just Zoom. Oh yeah, Zoom, everybody's going. No, it's not sustainable. It's not how, up another 290 today. Shopify. I know people's opened up the Shopify $25 today. It's just not sustainable. When I'm looking at let me see the daily, and I had sold some, thought I was doing a good thing. I mean, just 616. So was that 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago it was 800. Now it's, it's up 250 points just in 2 weeks on an $800 stock. No. So something is going to bring it back in. I don't know what it is. It's going to bring them all in. Every single one of them. And maybe it's the virus numbers increasing. Because they say the deaths are not. And I told you about the deaths. Look that up on Google because there could be some faking that numbers. So look it up. Do your own research on that. Because it kind of don't make sense, right? Questionably sustainable. Technology is no longer in its infancy. Hey, Jay Winger. I think a huge weekend Monday it will run. Rocket. You said I'm thinking of okay. Yeah, Berkshire Hathaway Class B, buy and hold. Berkshire. That's that good portfolio stock. BRRK. Why can't I bring it up? BRK. That's A. Do I gotta go /B? There we go. It's just like, why is Berkshire? See, Berkshire got those, the old economy. Berkshire Hathaway is filled with old economy stocks. And I think they got some Apple now, right? Yeah, so that's the problem with Berkshire Hathaway. It's just not. This looks terrible, by the way. That looks like it's ready to drop as much as that. I'm not liking that at all on a monthly. I thought this had a yield. Anyway, that doesn't look good at all. Oh, man. You said it's no longer a URL and page. What am I missing there, G-Man? Peace, man. Go in the game. All right, Rocket. Peace. If y'all into gaming, go check out Rocket on Twitch. Rocket XOXO on Twitch. Is no longer a URL and page. I don't know what you kind of said there, G-Man. I don't know what you're getting at. Question, obviously, the technology is no longer in its infancy. Are you still talking about Google? Berkshire Hathaway Class B buy and hold. Peace, man. The 1999. Well, it's just the era of going up. Okay, that's all. That's basically like what I'm talking about. Just the what's that? And Alan Greenspan said the irrational exuberance. Remember that? That was that call came out about a year, I think, before the final run, and the market sold off hard on that irrational exuberance, call that Alan Greenspan made, and then it just wasn't a big sell-off. It was a big sell-off, but it didn't take long to get back to where it was, and then some, and then I forgot what. It was Cisco. It was Cisco's earnings was the top. I remember. I was in Cisco. That's why. And is this it way back here? Yeah, look at that. Cisco is even $70. And they had an earnings report that was like, we ain't selling shit for the most part. And that triggered. That was the trigger. that triggered the. I don't know what else was happening. Wasn't thinking like that, but I remember that earnings report was the top, and it dropped, and just people's and everybody wanted it. And I wish I can get further back. Let me see. It's like everybody wanted it in Cisco. Where's the chart settings? And then time axis. Let's bring it to 0. Oh, it just kind of stretched out. Didn't give me too much. Everybody wanted in, so but it went from $70 to $8, right? And it took 2 years to do that. 1 year took it down to 14. And this is all the stocks. This is just Cisco. You pull out anything. I mean, Yahoo was 400, went to 10. Is that Yahoo still a stock? Yeah, something happened there. I think somebody bought them or whatever. Amazon. Yeah, Amazon was showing us like $5 down there. Can you imagine picking up Amazon at $5? How dumb was I? Trying to think. What was one of them stocks that was popping? Google. Google's GOG. $47. Well, it's not showing me. It's stopping at 04. I think Google was an IPO. I mean, I think Google was running then. He said Cisco sells tangible device and infrastructure. It wasn't selling any of that. What do you mean? But back they was selling. That's when the internet was blowing up, and they was they still had the routers, that whole infrastructure of the internet. And that's kind of their little thing. I know they wasn't .com-ish, but it had the .com-ish. I can't think of that word. Bubble around it. It was just, I don't know. For some reason, all I remember is when Cisco came out, it tanked, and so did everything else, and it never looked back. That's what I remember. You talking about 1999, Cisco sold an infrastructure. They wasn't selling any of it. You said you talking about that? You talking about then? You talking about what? Cisco's been. What do you? I don't know what exactly you're talking about. What they wasn't selling any of what the devices and stuff. Sure, they was. Yes, a lie within a lie. Well, I don't know. You said it could be big money piling in now. .com bubble, 1999. It could be big money piling in now. Anyway, look at Google. Just look at the minute chart right here. Anyway, but that's what all of this era reminds me of. Regardless of the atmosphere. Well, not the atmosphere, the stocks or whatever. It just reminds me of then, because every day the market was going up. It didn't matter. Nothing mattered. And it was going up big, 50 points. I mean, stocks going up, it was just straight. Everything was straight up. And me being young, I thought that was good. Okay, yeah. All the patterns were going, And I was like, wow, man, this is crazy. I didn't think the market would ever go down. And it did for 2 years. I sold that. That was 2 years of pain. I mean, it doesn't matter what you bought, dollar cost average. Your monthly statement and whatever account you're using was getting crushed every month. And it flattened out. And then, that was the time to get in, that 2002 era. And then we ran up to 2008. 2008 was quick. You blinked, a couple of months. Could have bought that bottom. And then, then 2009 was a good time to get in until now. And then we really had the biggest sell-off since, the Great Recession, Depression, whatever. And it only lasted 3-4 weeks. Doesn't that just seem crazy? And then the bounce back. We're already basically flat, if not even higher in some, so that just seems weird. When just looking back from 2000, right? The whole bounce. So if that though is, let's say that is the correction. Let's just say that's it. So we talked about 2000, we talked about 2008, and then this one. But notice everyone went about 8 years. Well, the 2002 went 8 years. No, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Went about 6 years, and then 2009 and 9. This went what, 12 years, 11 years. So let's say this was the bottom, right? Do we got another 6 to 11 years, right, going up? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, if you follow the pattern of after these big, the 30% corrections, maybe that's why the market's ripping, because it knows we're in the early stages of the new era or whatever. And I'll tell you what, if correction is coming, if it's, what do they call it, a blue wave, if Biden wins and let's say the Senate goes to Democrat, that's going to be a correction. That's going to be correction / bear market correction, like up to 20%. I don't know why that's not being priced in yet, but it's getting close. So be ready, because the market will just decide to price that in whenever. When we know that's starting to be priced in, be ready. That's gonna be a pullback. So get ready for that. Biden's already saying he's telling you he's increasing some taxes. Everything that made it run in the Trump era is what Biden is reversing, and then even harder. So he's telling us, what he's gonna do, and the market's still ripping, and he looks good. He looks good to win, but I don't know. Maybe the market knows I don't know, man. Like I said, and it started off in the beginning of the video. I don't know what's making it go up besides the Fed. I just don't know. I don't think it matters. Yeah, you saying you don't think it matters? I do, because ever since I've been following markets, they do care about, even though the Democrats, it was Obama's era that ran that market, right? It was Clinton from 1992 to 2000. It was crazy, and the recessions all happened in Republicans. They the ones that when they're in, there's going to be a market crash somewhere in their presidency. It just is. Okay, and but I think the market will get over it. So I think it will be taxes, more taxes, whatever, and then the market it'll get over it. It'll get over it. 5G a lot, yes, that's 5G and LOT will run the market. The whole 5G play that reminds me of when the internet was growing, right? All of that stuff, 5G is huge. I'm just looking at Apple. I say Apple done turned right. What did they say? Apple closed the stores. It went down. I don't know how. See, I'm not good with fundamentals, so forgive me. But I know they're getting ready. They're gonna have a way. Basically, everybody that has an iPhone is gonna probably have to buy another one if they want to get on that 5G thing. So I think Apple could possibly go straight up from that, just straight up move, because they're going to be selling crazy iPhones, because it's like everybody has to refresh, and this 5G is supposed to be faster than your home internet or something like that. So I don't know what it means for the towers. Is AMT the tower play? American Tower. You can see that's new all-time high today. Is that today? I don't know if they got to replace shit on the towers. Do you need new towers? I don't know all about that stuff. But everything that's involved in the chips, so SMH. I don't know which one is the pure play on 5G, but if you don't know, that looks so beautiful right there. That's gonna break out. So we was just talking Rocket. You said you left, but I don't know. I might have to just go to the ETF. Dump AMD, go to the ETF. That looks powerful right there. That looks like it's ready to explode. And I was liking NVIDIA, and it's already at an all-time high. It's kind of, look, it had that little period already. Pull up the daily. See, it already had that little sideways action. It looks like it's getting ready to go. I don't know why AMD is not participating. I don't know why it's looking like that. Anyway, but it's an additional 15 of baking. It's going to take 10 years. Oh, it's going to take 10 years to play out. 15 years of baking. Yeah. So, and the whole also, and maybe the whole stay-at-home thing, because even without the virus, we know this is going to be a theme that a lot of jobs and stuff is going to pick up. It's going to be a way they can cut back. Oh, we can have this person home, this person, cut back. Maybe you don't need as big of a building. You don't need as big as or whatever. They're going to figure it out. They're going to see what worked now and be like, So probably don't even have to pay the employees as much. They're not coming in, So I don't know. So that whole theme, and that's why Zoom is just going through the roof every damn day, and those kind of stocks. So it's a lot of, what do they call those trends? Is NVIDIA still in that blockchain thing? I knew a little bit about that. I don't know. Are they still involved? I remember that's what tanked it when it was ripping, and then they realized, was this it right here? And it was like, oh, something with blockchain, and then it kind of went down in there, and then I don't know, but okay. I don't know all the, like I said, the fundamentals of the company. I just got a vague understanding of each. Overhead cost a lot. It's a huge profit margins. So yeah, it's a lot of micro. Can't think of the words. Trends. Whatever. There's a lot of themes, kind of like 1999, a lot of different shift into where it's going to cost money to grow or whatever. I can't explain it, man. I suck at that, but you'll kind of know what I'm getting at. Kind of just read what G-Man's saying. He's got it all down there. But I gotta end this, man. 234. So the Dow's flat. Went down. Went up, went down. Now it's just going sideways, which is good. They didn't give it up. Amazon is just through the roof. By the way, my Walmart play, I'm not in it, but it's just sitting there. I don't know why it's not wanting to move. So it almost looks like it's ready to go lower. It's kind of flagging right there, looking like Berkshire. Anyway, but I don't know. But Google, okay? So Google, this is the play. It's the play, so I'm in it. I'm in it big in my other accounts. I'm looking to get in this account after this Tesla trade for the most part. And maybe the DIA. Yeah, I just got to get some more margin going on in this account. All right, so blockchain is not Bitcoin. Okay, see, I don't even understand. I don't understand that. He said Google is 5G as well. Google is in everything. I always say Google is Skynet. You watch Terminator? That's Skynet, Google. Anyway, Google would be the next Berkshire Hathaway. As far as what? Stock price? Because Berkshire's old economy, I mean, what do they own? Duracell and one of the was Century 21, I don't know, Burlington Northern, one of the railroads. I can't think of their portfolio, but I know everything is just Coca-Cola. Just kind of old school companies of stock price and influence. Okay. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it. $300 today. Most of that is the Dow, the diamonds, and Tesla. Okay, so all right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Dre Trades on Twitter and Instagram, and this is Dre right here on YouTube. So yeah, keep an eye on that chart, and when it pops off, don't say I didn't tell you. Okay, don't say I didn't tell you. One thing I got to keep in mind. I always say look at. Yes, indeed, boy. Can't wait to look at my other portfolio. When you have stocks, I got to change this back. Damn, that's not where I want it. Okay. This is supposed to blow, right? This pattern is very strong, and it's supposed to go higher. But if it doesn't happen, for some reason, they come out with some shitty ass earnings report or whatever, and it goes the other way. Look out. Okay, that's always what you got to remember with patterns. That's almost like a gimme, like the obvious. Okay, like maybe a good cup and handle, maybe like an obvious Head and Shoulders. You got to be careful with, like, you got a Head and Shoulders and it's so perfectly drawn and everybody sees it because everybody's watching. But when it don't happen, it could be hard the other way. So just always keep that in mind as well. But if it does start to play out and you see, we get a good earnings, it has to happen on earnings, by the way. If it doesn't happen on earnings, it's probably not going to happen. So generally it happens almost immediate even. So we got to see something on earnings. But if it doesn't happen and it starts to, go down hard, it's not going to happen. Just remember that. It's done. All right, y'all. I am out. Thanks, G-Man, for the convo. Rocket, Mary, Mr. JRH, Babes, Debfab5, Cashmatic. I think that's everybody I got. All right, and y'all have a good weekend. 3-day weekend sucked. If you like the markets, it's like, damn, gotta wait 3 days to trade. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. This is Dre. I'm out.